All right, today we are doing circles. All right, as you can see, we see that a circle is not a function. It's not a one-to-one function. And it kind of just got thrown in this section because it is a type of graph. And remember, I told you upper level math is about graphs and inspecting them. So they're throwing circles at you. Now, you did circles a little bit way back when you were freshmen. So let's review what you learned as freshmen or 8th graders, whenever you took Algebra 1. This is the general equation of a circle. It's called the center radius form because as long as you have the center, which is called HK, and as long as you have the radius, you can write the general form of a circle in center radius form. All right, so what would that look like? Here we have two circles. Okay, find the center of the circle. Not a trick question. You need to know that in order to write your equation, 0, 0. Find the radius. Well, we can just count in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4. The radius is 4. So now I have all the necessary information to put into my formula. X minus h, which is the x value of the center, squared, plus y minus the y value of the center, squared, equals the radius squared, which is 16. I can clean this up, and there is the equation of that circle. Ooh, here they got hard and they put the center not on 0, 0. Okay, so let's find the center of this circle. The center is 1, 2, -3 for the x value, and up 1 to +3 for the y value. The radius, we can just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when I go to write this, x minus a -3 plus y minus 3 squared equals 6 squared. Clean it up. Got x plus 3 squared and y minus 3 squared equals 36. Now if you look, just remember here that what we have are reverse. I have here a +3, and that's because the x value was a -3. Here I have a -3, and that's because the y value is 3. One more for quick review. Find the center. Well, they tell us the center is 4, 4. The radius, if you see, if we tried to count the radius, we don't get a nice number. And you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it looks like it's a half, so I'm going to call it 4.5. No, you have to find the radius exactly in this one. So I have to do a little bit of Pythagorean's theorem. You could use the distance formula. I'm not really a fan of the distance formula. What I do is I connect to make a hypotenuse, and then I just make a right triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that side is 4. This side is 2. And now I'm just going to do Pythagorean's theorem to figure out my radius. So 16 plus 4, so 20 is r squared. And that's all I need for the formula. I just need the radius squared. If I did have to find the radius, it would be radical 4 times radical 5, because I'm going to break down this radical 20. And it would be 2 radical 5 would be my radius. Now if I wanted to write this formula, x minus the x value of the center squared plus y minus the y value of the center squared equals 20. Okay, this is the new form for a circle. It's called the standard form of a circle. And it's standard form because we can see that our exponents are decreasing. Ones, ones, nones in order. If you also have noticed that we have an x squared and a y squared, when you square one, just an x squared, your graph curves. When you add a y squared onto it, you add a second curve. Sometimes it looks like this. If you added them together, it looks like that. And sometimes it looks like an egg. Ah, that's sixth period. All right, but today we're just talking about a circle. How did this standard form occur? Where did we get it from? We got it from our radius center form. Okay, I'm just going to do this math out. X minus h squared. Remember how to square a binomial quickly? Square the first, square the last, double the middles. Okay, I'm going to square this. So I'm going to square the first, square the last, double the middles. Now when I clean everything up and put them in order, because remember I want everything to be in order, I want my x squared and y squared first. Okay, here's my x squared, here's my y squared. Now I want my x and y, so there's my 2xh, and there's my 2yk, and then my f, notice there are no variables there, that's my constant. So what do I have left over here? I have an h squared, a k squared, equals r squared. But notice how this says equals 0? So the last thing I'm going to have to do is take that r squared and move it back over. So that's why minus r squared equals 0. All right, so now I've got this all written out nice and neat, so it's not has to be jammed in there. And what happens here is you have the center of the circle and its radius hidden in this standard form. It's like playing Where's Waldo. To find the center, I simply look at the variable x and what's next to it, and then I find the variable y and what's next to it. Notice I didn't say x squared or y squared. So the x value, see the h right here? Remember, h stood for the x value of the center. And you see the k hidden right here? That's the y value of the center. And then my radius is hidden in there. So what does that mean? Let's look at an example. All right, there, I had to clean everything up. So in your homework tonight, you're going to be asked to find the center and the radius of this equation. It looks like a lot of stuff all tagged together, but it's really simple to do. Do not make this hard. Okay, I'm going to pull that out, and there is my equation written again. And now I'm going to inspect this equation. And I know this, that the center is really hidden right here. And the y value is really hidden right here for the center. Because remember, this is the general form. This h, that's what I'm looking for. That's part of the center. And this is what I know. Negative 2hx equals 8. I'm looking for h, so I don't care about x, so we can ignore it. So this is just saying h has got to be negative 4. Yeah, that's the shortcut, people. Just divide by negative 2. How about this over here? Negative 2y equals negative 2ky. I'll even put the y in there for you. So when I solve this, the y's cancel out. Negative 2 equals negative 2k, so I guess k equals 1. So once again, all I have to do is take the number in front of the variables, divide by negative 2, and I get my center. That simple. All right, so my center here is negative 4, 1. I just took 8, divided it by negative 2, got negative 4. Just took negative 2, divided by my negative 2, and got positive 1. Well, how am I going to figure out the radius? Well, this is what I got. I know the radius is hidden in this constant right here. I know that that constant is the h value squared plus the k value squared minus the r value squared, and that gets me 1. Well, I just figured out what h is right over here, because remember, a center is hk. So 4 squared negative plus 1 squared minus r squared, right? We're looking for the radius, gets me 1. 16 plus 1 minus r squared equals 1. Clean it up. 16 equals r squared. So the radius must be 4. So there, I've answered my 2 questions. What is the center and what is the radius? The radius is 4 and the center is negative 4, 1. Okay, we're going to do one more. All right. I know my centers are hidden right here. And the shortcut is to divide by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 gets me 1. So my x value for my center is 1. All right, now here's my y value. So my y value says take the negative 4, divide it by negative 2. So my center y value is negative 2. All right, how do I find the radius now? Because they want me to find the radius. Well, the radius is hidden right here. And I know the radius was the h value squared plus the k value squared minus the radius squared. That gets me negative 4. Okay, here's my h, 1 squared. Here's my k, negative 2 squared equals negative 4. And now the rest is just basic math. 1 plus 4 minus r squared equals negative 4. Minus 4 minus 4. 1 minus r squared equals negative 8. I'm going to just move it over, so that's 9 equals r squared. R equals 3. So my radius is 3. Yay! Whoops. Caught myself. Don't be emailing me about extra credit. I caught myself. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. All right, so here is what I was trying to say in today's lesson. I'm going to stop it right here. You should pause it and write this down. This is the point of today's lesson. This is what I will be asking you about on Monday in class. Bye.